Hello guys, my name is Xenomorph96, back with another video. I know it's been a long time since I did the last one. I think it's been about a month now since I did it. But yes, as you can tell, if you just clicked on this video, you probably just noticed the title, what I'm about to talk about. It's called Leeds United Rebuild. As you know, right at the moment, Leeds United are struggling, and I would say that it's a fair thing. So I did a little bit of a research just about 20 to 30 minutes ago, and I wanted to get in the mind of the manager himself, Marcelo Bielsa, how he does his thing, and I found out that he does a 4-1-4-1. If you play FIFA 21, you'll see that up on your thing as if you play for Leeds United on your team. But the funny thing about it is, my version of the 4-1-4-1. So obviously I've picked players which will be kind of cool to be in that team, or should I say that they deserve that spot because of the reason, and I will break it down. So we've got the goalkeeper, who is French, and I do apologise if I do say it wrong. Milser or something, I can't say his name. I really apologise. He's a young kid. He's working his craft. I do kind of like him. He's a possibility where he could be one of the Leeds United greats. But then we move on to the right back and left back. Now let me talk about the right back first of all. The right back at Leeds United for me is not good enough. And if you know who the right back is on your team, you understand the reason why. He's kind of past his prime. But the player that I'm kind of impressed with actually does play for England, and his name is Kyle Walker. Yes, he would be a perfect fit for the Leeds United squad. It'd be an amazing surprise for all the Leeds fans, and it'd be kind of cool to see him actually play for Leeds, see what he can do. On the other hand, I just thought, who else could be a good, a good lefty? And I thought, sometime, and I thought, well, could Andrew Robertson fit into that role to be a left back, which would be a good fit? Yes, he would be missed by Liverpool. But then again, he's got a big figure on his shoulders, and he's only a young kid himself. But then I moved down to the centre backs for this 4-1-4-1 strategy that what Bielsa is doing, and I'm trying to get round in my head how he does that in a way that no one else could do it. So I would definitely keep two of the players in that squad, which is I'm really sorry, I can't really say his name. It's basically the person who fouled Harvey Elliott in the Leeds United versus Liverpool game. I can't spell his name, but I'm going to spell his name out anyway. It's Struijk. If you know who he is, you know who it is. Can't say his name, but they need to give him a fucking English name. Not being offensive or anything, but that's how it is. And then I think he's earned his spot, but I think he needs to down on the fouling, because, well, as you can see from the Liverpool game when Leeds versus Liverpool, they knew how to beat them. Liverpool knew how to beat them straight away, and knew how to do it easily. By the way, it was not cheating. The next centre back that I'm kind of like in a weird ways of saying putting in is Cooper. Now you're probably thinking, why Cooper? Cooper has something about him that most players in Leeds United's division before the Premier League that don't have the defensive mind strategy. Then again, it's not too early to call, if he's going to be good enough or not good enough, but he's a good player to have in the squad. Now going down to the left wing and right wing of the setup, it's pretty weird really, because the setup is quite simple. In my view, I would keep Harrison and Costa. Obviously Harrison will be on the left wing, as well as Costa going to be on the right wing for your wing support. Both young kids are still learning their craft. Then obviously to fill that one gap in, that you're probably thinking, oh, what, you didn't fill the one gap in? Trust me, I'm going to fill it in now. You have Calvin Phillips. Yes, I would use his services to have that one spot ready for attack and then defend midfield strategy. But then this is where it kind of differs for me in a sense, man. In a sense where it's going to be different. Which is, I would have helping out Calvin Phillips is obviously Roberts. He's a young player himself. He's learning the craft really well. You've got Click, who will be, if I did say that right, I hope I did say this right. Pretty much I'd have Click helping out Roberts, but then the one person that I'm kind of keen on Leeds United signing, and I hope they do sign him, is Phil Foden. Now you're probably thinking, why Phil Foden? He's a young player that knows how to push his team, and he knows it too well. He can get in them tight spots that most people can't. But then again, it differs for what we can do. But yeah, he's a great player to have. You're probably thinking, well, who would you have for strike? Well, for striker, it's kind of easy for me to say what I would have, because I would not have Bamford at the moment. I would recommend Leeds United selling Bamford and trying to think of a new striker who can replace his position and have a bit more. I don't like to say this, but more Premier League status. That can actually get up and get to the ball faster. So my chosen striker that I would love to see at Leeds United is the one and only Gabriel Jesus. He's a good player. I know he plays for Man City at the moment. But yeah, it is a weird moment of what we can do there. But moving it on, I have done a little bit of a better strategy. I'm not a Premier League manager. I'm not a football. In fact, I'm not even a football manager. But I'm going to give my little view on something which I've always liked to do. I've always liked to do it because it was fun. It was easy to do. So the strategy that I would go for is a classic strategy. Now you're probably thinking, what do you mean by classic? I mean, I'm going to go old school, an old school tactical way of putting it down. Now, this is how I would do it, and it was kind of simple. I would have gone through a 4-4-2 strategy. Reason why I would go for the 4-4-2 strategy, quite simple. It's a well-known strategy. You can attack and defend in that position really well. Many people used it, many people didn't. Now, as it stands, Yeah, goalkeeper himself would be put in as Milser or something. I can't say his name, I'm really sorry. But yeah, then I would have put. This is now going into a way where I'm thinking it would be better. I would put in for a right back would be Kyle Walker. In my position, if they do get these players, it'd be cool because it'd be easy. I would have then, if it's possible, put in Andrew Robinson, if the price is right for Leeds to do it. But then I've actually just realised I'm gonna set up a little bit of a different setup. So yeah, with the centre backs, I kind of changed one of the centre backs just about 2 minutes ago, because I think actually maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I need you need to change something. Now, the subject is obviously Cooper, and the second one is a Liverpool player himself, as well as Robertson, and that is Gomez. You're probably thinking, why Gomez? Yeah, he's a young kid himself, and he's a really good player. Most people don't understand that, but actually he is a real good player for what he does. Then I'm going to push it on to the left wing and right wing, which is kind of simple really for me. I'll just keep it as Harrison and Costa. Obviously Costa is a right wing, but Harrison is a left mid. I believe going back on, I think last time I seen the FIFA stats, he's technically a left wing midfielder. Some reason, I don't know why, but there it is. But he'll make a good left wing. Now, on before we had four midfielders. Let's put it this way, I would have then dropped two of them out of the starting lineup to do this. Now, you're probably thinking, what's the reason why? There's no reason why to it, but I would have put in Kevin Phillips and Phil Foden for the centres. Reason why? They're two young kids, and they can actually create probably some insane games together, insane passes, and passes that you can get into and be a little bit quicker. Striker, yes, I would keep. I would keep. Gabriel Jesus. Now, you're probably thinking, why would I keep him? Well, one, he is really good, and two, he does score nearly every single time he puts the ball behind the net. But there is one striker that I would love Leeds United to have, and some of you, if you are Leeds United fans, said, I don't really apologise for this, but for me, you clearly need him, and that's one services of one Lewandowski. Now, you probably don't know what I mean by this. Now, Lewandowski is an excellent player, really good player. He plays for Bayern Munich at the moment. I don't know how much he's worth or anything, but if you had Gabriel Jesus and Lewandowski up front, you would probably do a lot of damage to some teams. Let's put it this way, you would probably end up beating Manchester United and Man City every single time, and that's nothing to brag of. I think it's just saying you've put investment in time into it. At the moment, for what the rebuild that I thought of, it would be a 4-4-2 in my opinion, because in my version of what I've just done here, it's what it is. You know, a 4-4-2 would be the best option for Leeds United to go around. It would be a best idea because you can make that into a mode where it's a holding mode, and if you hold it perfectly and you can attack with it and then defend with it, and you become unstoppable with that little mode. Yes, it's going to change the gameplay, but then again, I've just given, so you guys who watch or listening, or whoever does it, you know, when you watch these videos, you're understanding what I want from Leeds United. You know, I don't, obviously, I do support two other teams. I don't support Leeds United, of course, but I like to see Leeds United do well in in the Premier League. I don't like them to fail or anything. Now, Leeds United needs good investment, pretty good investment actually. Let me just break it down for you something. So you're talking quite a bit of money here. So if you're buying Gabriel Jesus and then Lewandowski, yes, you'll have to definitely sell Bamford, because for me, I don't think Bamford, he doesn't want to be there, to be honest with you. It's how his body language says it. But if you give Gabriel Jesus and Lewandowski, I think you would get them to score quite a lot of goals. For me, that would be a perfect strike combo. In my perfect, it would be a perfect Leeds United for me for striking ability. Now you're probably thinking, in centres, why would I want Karen Phillips and Phil Foden to be in the middle? Well, if Leeds United got Phil Foden, if you remember, Phil Foden and Karen Phillips do play for England, and they do play in the centre mid, and they do play really well in the centre mid together. So if you had that what's the word for it? That playing ability. There you are. That's the word for it. You would understand that. Leeds will be more defensive in the midfield front. So the final third and the second line back, with obviously Costa and Harrison in the left and right wings, would prevent any people coming through. Now this is going to be a bit tricky, and it's going to be kind of hitting the back of my throat quite quickly. The centre back line, which I did say is Gomez and Cooper. Obviously Gomez, I don't know what Liverpool wants for Gomez, even if Leeds United did want to buy Gomez, but it would be probably a big price. Then again, if Gomez did go to Leeds, it wouldn't be technically the first person who's ever gone to, either come from Leeds and gone to Liverpool, or vice versa. Well, it would have been actually, but anyway, if Gomez and Cooper were there, you got someone. I don't know how old Cooper is. I think he's about 30, in his 30s now. He's in his 30s, roughly, yeah. And then obviously you got Gomez, who's in his roughly 20s. But yeah, there'll be a perfect good centre back lineup. There'll be a defence wall pretty well. And then obviously I'll talk about your right back and your left back straight away. Your left back straight away is from Liverpool, and your right back's from Man City. So you won't be very, very too, you won't be lacking in defence. You'll be quite honoured in defence. The reason why I'm saying that is because you'll have a defence mechanism there that no one sees or no one thinks about. In the word of what I'm going to say, you need to have an ability where your team can defend and then retract. Yes, I'm going to say this. Andrew Robinson is a really good left back. really good. Quite simply, he's like one of the best left backs in the Premier League that I know of. But then you've got your right back, Kyle Walker. He's one of the best right backs what I know of. And then I can think of the second one. So if Kyle Walker did go to Leeds, played his matches and then decided to retire at Leeds, yes, I know Leeds will be devastated. But then again, you can get another right back, which is, funny enough to say it, is Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's a youngster. I think he's in his 20s. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's in his 20s. Pretty much the simplest thing here is, you know, you could easily place him if he did retire. And Wan-Bissaka's a good player as well. He's from Manchester United. In terms of what they have to do here, it'd be quite simple. With what they do, they have to probably just easily push themselves to become what they have to become. But in my view, let's say if I was managing Leeds, which would be a very big task, I would want Leeds to be able to defend on the final third, defend on the second line, and then the first line. So you can have an ability where Leeds United can defend all the way around, and they can be the top defenders, and nothing can get through them. So there'll be a team that's really defensive, but also can counter and score goals quicker. With this lineup that I have, I think it would be the perfect rebuild. I don't know how much Leeds United has to spend in the Premier League or anything like that when they get started. Obviously it's October, so it'll be like, yes, it'll be January. When the next transfer window opens, and I hope Leeds United actually either sees this video or says, actually this could be actually the good point where we have to put the nitty gritty down. Some of the players need to be sold because they're probably even past their prime. If you want to keep your team up in the Premier League, you've got to go bigger and bigger and bigger and harder and harder and harder. You know what I mean? And for me, I want Leeds to do well. I want to be able to see, I don't know, Liverpool at the top with Leeds United in second, and then they're doing a what's that cup called? But yeah, I forgot the cup's name. We do it every start of the season with the cup. It's like two teams who won the Premier League last time. The winner of the Premier League and the runner-up will play each other for this cup. I can't remember its name. You probably can Google it on there. Yeah. That's its name. Community Shield. Yeah, the Community Shield trophy. That could be a thing. But at the moment, I think Leeds United needs to rebuild themselves, be better for themselves, and be able to, have the ability to, have. How can I explain this? Have the confidence to be able to push, and I hope they do push with what I've just said. With the teams that I've just selected the players that I do really want to see in Leeds, like Lewandowski, Gabriel Jesus, Foden, Gomez. Could be possible Ryan Walker. Kyle Walker, Andrew Robertson. They are possible things. Wan-Bissaka could join Leeds United. You never know, but I'm trying to think. Leeds United needs to push in order to win. If they don't push to win, what's the point of winning in the first? What's the point of being in the Premier League in the first place? You need to show your fans why you're called Leeds United, and why how did you get to that Premier League? Do you just sit down and wait for the team to fail, or did you push, in the words, push yourself so hard where your team at the end of it reaped a reward. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Guys, if you did like the video, I am a bit sorry because I am a month. I think it's about a month since I did the last video. Obviously, I'll try and do another video down the line somewhere. It's just obviously I've been quite busy lately with the all in all stuff. But yeah, if you would like more videos like this, like I keep saying, there is more videos on the way. I do always try and promote it as best I can. I'm not promoting it, I'm giving you it, but I'm just trying to tell you what's coming next. But yeah, I know there's a lot of FIFA videos coming through, and then there's going to be Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, stuff like that. You know, that'll tickle your taste buds. But yeah, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to leave a comment, and share this video. Share it with your friends and family. It'll be you know, the more people that like and subscribe this channel, the better, because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you guys to understand, on my opinion, to get across to you what I would like to see. And it's always, I love always to chat with you. If you have got Instagram, yes, this channel has an Instagram account. It is xenomorph.96. And you follow that, you know, you can send me something, you know, we can have a little chat to see what you want in the next video, and so on and so forth. Now, if you are, you know, if you're on PlayStation, I'm afraid to anyone who's on Xbox, I do not have an Xbox, but if you're on PlayStation, you can add me personally as Curly D90 on the PlayStation bar, and it'll come up with my name, and you can add me, and we can play a couple of games and see what we can do together. We might have another video next time, but this is all the time I've got at the moment. Thank you for watching, thank you for seeing what I would like to see in Leeds United, and if you like the video, like, subscribe, and don't forget, comment down below. My name is Xenomorph96, and I'll catch you in the next one.